done with Africa. Hey guys, Xavier here for Hum of the Earth. Signing in from Nairobi, where it all ends. Our journey through Africa, that is. So when I got to Nairobi, one of the things I wanted to do is get my bicycle in order. I got that done. And then, just out of curiosity, I was going to check out the options for getting my visa for Sudan, which I thought would be the only one I needed to get in advance, that is. Because I had heard that was the only tricky one. But I had a feeling something about Ethiopia, which would be the next country that I was going to bicycle through. And I go online, and my heart stopped when I read that you can't get, not only can you not get a visa at the border, but you can't get a visa at the Ethiopian embassy in Nairobi for some reason, which is very odd and unexpected, especially for a country that receives a decent amount of tourists. The only way you can get the only type of visa they give is a visa on arrival that you get online, and then you receive at the airport in the Addis, I forget how to say it now, but the capital city of Ethiopia. So there's no way for me really to get a visa and then cross by land. And I'm not a huge fan of taking flights and stuff like that. So another option would have been going into Somalia and trying to get a visa there. But Somalia is a pretty dangerous country right now, so that wouldn't have been the most advisable thing to do. And the other option, South Sudan, also not advisable, and they're really not used to getting tourists, so who knows if that would have been possible either. So just generally being tired of bureaucracy and not wanting to even fly and then have to deal with getting the Sudan visa, which to get it you need a letter of invitation, which can only be handed out by specific people with kind of a permit to do it. And these are usually hotels or / tour companies will give you a letter of intent, but then you have to stay at their expensive hotel. Well, also the letter of intent itself is like $100 US. And then they have to stay at their expensive hotel, again $100 US, and then maybe even have to get a tour, which would be several $100s. And the visa itself is $100. So yeah, so that kind of put me off of Sudan, going to Sudan as well. Even though it did seem like it would be a very cool country. That had some neat stuff that would be different from Kenya and Tanzania that I've just been through, or a small part of Kenya. So yeah, so I'm not I guess bailing on Africa because I didn't enjoy my time. I really did. The people are great. The landscapes were a lot more than I was expecting. I thought after Latin America that I had maybe started my travels by eating my dessert, but Africa was super beautiful. I mean, it may even have been more beautiful than Latin America, in my opinion. And I mean, other than South Africa, it was pretty cheap, so that I always enjoy. And I mean, aside from national parks and safaris, which I did not do, but I had a great time just bicycling through the countries and visiting the towns and cities, etc. So yeah, great experience, but for now it is coming to an end. But does not mean that this is the end of Hum of the Earth. I'd had some other kind of locations that I didn't know if I would have enough money to get to, or even be able to get to, because it turns out getting through the Middle East after Africa isn't a walk in the park, for safety reasons and for bureaucratic reasons that make it next to impossible actually to really traverse the entirety by land. Yeah, notably getting from Israel to Lebanon is a no-go, or Israel to most places by land is kind of a no-go. And then there's Syria right there, and then there's Iraq on the other side, which don't really give out too many visas. So yeah, so basically what I decided to do is book a flight to Germany. And that is where I will begin my adventures bicycling through Central and Eastern Europe. Something I'm very excited for. Countries that some people are not so, most people rather, not so familiar with. And I'll be going to even obscure locations within those countries. It should be great landscapes, great old architecture going all the way to the medieval ages, so castles, etc. Different cuisine. Yeah, just a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to push myself to interview more people about topics that seem interesting, about their lifestyle and what they think of the past and the future of the places they live in. Should be a pretty good time. But before all that happens, I will probably be taking a little bit of time to reflect on my I think 5 or 6 months in Africa now, and probably be making a few videos on a few topics regarding that. So that'll be coming up next on the channel. And if somehow you're watching this video and you're not familiar with Hum of the Earth, so like you may have picked up, I've been bicycling through Africa. I went from Cape Town, South Africa, all the way here to Nairobi, Kenya. So going through South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Lesotho, Eswatini, a bit of Mozambique, Tanzania, and a bit of Kenya. And all those videos of my journey are available on this same YouTube channel. And before that, I bicycled from Canada, where I'm from, all the way to southern Patagonia in Argentina. And all those videos are available on this very same YouTube channel as well. And if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I got to go and everything that I got to see and do, I have that available over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com, where you can click on the various locations and see the different blog posts and videos I've made of these places. And if you want to follow my continuing adventures bicycling through Central and Eastern Europe, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button below the video and by clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.